for some spring fever. I'm feeling hot, Eric. Are you feeling hot?
Dude, I am feeling ecstatic, Jimbo. I'm feeling confident. I've been on a little heat. Like, you know what? I'm very selective about what I've been in the USFL, but I'm a little bit of a heater, buddy.
Talk about heaters, dude. I feel like I'm on a heater myself. Let me take a look at my little spreadsheet and see what I got going on here. I got some juicy ones. Let's see. USFL, yeah. Doing pretty good for the last couple weeks. Just gonna lay that out there for the people. You can go check the tapes.
Check the tape.
Little difficult, little rougher in the CFL. I think I went like for spreads. I think I went 2-2.
I want a disappointing 1-2.
Yeah, I think I went 2-2 because I lost the stamps. We both lost the stamps, and we both lost the Red Blacks. But I hit the Bombers, and which became a little almost of a backdoor sweat. And I hit the Rough Riders money line because guess what? The Edmonton Elks don't win at home. I don't give a fuck who they trot out there.
Dude. I mean, who'd they lose to last week?
The Rough Riders, the team I suspect to be maybe the worst team in the league.
Yeah,
disgusting.
Yeah, I went 1-2. I'm trying to. So let me see. Last week, week 9, I had the Maulers plus the points and the Breakers plus the points. Two wins.
Yep.
Week before, just had the Breakers. So that's 3. Week before that, I just had the Panthers. Week before that. Week before that, I had the Maulers. No comment. I'm on a 4-game winning streak, buddy.
That's all that really matters. So on today's episode of Spring Fever, we're going to be talking USFL playoff scenarios. We're going to be talking CFL Week 2, USFL Week 10 picks for both of them. We're going to give you a little recap of the Week 9 of the USFL, recap of Week 1 of the CFL, talk a little XFL money. Apparently losing a bunch of money year one, which is to be expected, to be fair. And a little coaching move already in the XFL as Rod Woodson has exited. Let's just start with that. The Vegas Vipers and Rod Woodson mutually agreed to part ways. I think this is just Rod. He was fed up. He was done. I think he was done by week 7.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I thought he was done. He looked spent. I think that it just wasn't working out. You could tell he was frustrated with everything. And I think that led to the performance on the field. Plus, when you have Perez being in your house and he leaves to go to Arlington and leads them to the ship, that doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. So I think it was a good idea. And you know what? Props to TB. TB is still kicking it down in Tampa Bay, man. Buckley's still there, dude.
Survived. Dude, he survived the season. We didn't know if he would make it.
But he made it. He made it, and goddamn it, that's the only effing thing.
He could be back.
He's back, dude.
I could very easily see him come back because they actually looked improved at the end of the season. They looked like they were actually fighting for something after they got eliminated.
They were competing, and you want to see them fighting for their coach. Obviously, as soon as they got Normandy back there, stuff looked a lot better visually. So, yes. Hopefully, we can get a little Buckley magic, dude.
It'll be interesting to see what roster turnover does to a team like the Guardians. It'll be honestly interesting to see how it affects every team. But the Vegas Vipers are now without a coach. Eric, is there anyone that you would want to see?
I got 3.
Okay, give me 3. I have 2.
June Jones.
I think June Jones is gonna be on everybody's list. I think he's a better coach than a coordinator, I think, at this point.
The dude that is, I'm spacing on his name, but he used to be the Battlehawks coach.
Oh, Jonathan Hayes, the OC for the Renegades?
Yes.
Him. Also on a lot of lists.
Sorry, buddy.
No, these are good picks. I like the picks.
And then I would like them to go to Todd Haley, of course. I'm kidding. That one was for you, Jim. To go to, who's the OC of the Battlehawks right now? the guy that used to play for the.
I saw him on the list too. St. Louis Battlehawks. Let's see. Come on. Bruce Gradkowski.
Correct. That's what I would like to see if I had my wish list.
You want to keep it in league? You want to keep it within the XFL?
Yeah. Why not?
I don't dislike it. One more I'll throw out for you. Two more, actually, I'll throw out for you. Jerry Glanville as a possibility. If we're bringing old heads back.
Mm-hmm.
Pep Hamilton. I know you hate him from the NFL. I understand that. But he was coaching one of the better teams in the XFL in 2020.
I would rather have Mark Trestman than Pep.
No. Hamilton was so much better in the XFL than Trestman.
No. Give me
So,
Mark Trestman.
Do you hate him from his time on the Chargers or the Texans?
Who?
Hamilton.
Pep?
Yeah.
Oh. Texans.
I think he was a good coach. He was a good coach in 2020. That's all I'll say.
And what year is it?
That's fair. Oh, you know who I really want back is, oh my God, who was the fucking LA? Oh boy, Winston Moss. Bring him back. Bring back Winston Moss, my favorite dude. Oh my God, he looks so swaggy. He looked like I'm going to stand by it. Winston Moss still looks like a CD club owner, and I want him back in the league. Bring Winston Moss back. The head coach of the LA Wildcats literally fired his defensive coordinator after week 1 because he didn't like his guff, and then took over. Eric, that's your kind of guy.
That's something I would do, but I would fire mid-game. I'd be, hey.
If he could have, he would have. But he fired him like literally the first week, like the Monday after the first weekend. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I'm calling plays on defense now.
I like it.
Bring back Winston Moss. I'm looking at his resume. Hasn't done anything since the XFL.
Maybe he's just enjoying retirement, man.
Maybe. But he was like defensive quality control for the Seahawks, defensive quality control for the Saints in 2000, linebacker coach for the Saints 2001 to 2005, linebacker coach for the Packers 2006, Packers assistant head coach and linebackers coach from 2007 to 2018. Give this guy a shot.
Let him get a little run.
Do it. Bring back Winston Moss, and I will be a fan. Here's the deal. Bring back Winston Moss, move the team to LA, rename them the Wildcats. Bring back the LA Wildcats.
I think they want to stay in Las Vegas.
I think so too, but I mean, those are the only games. Like, I've been to Vegas Vipers games, and I've been to 2 LA Wildcats games. I'll tell you this: the environment of the LA Wildcats blew the doors off of the Vegas Vipers. Tailgating at the Wildcats games was awesome. And they played at the old Chargers Stadium. That stadium was trash.
Was it trash?
Still better than Cashman's. Still better.
Jack Murphy.
Ugh. But anyway, we'll just roll right into the other XFL news. Apparently, reportedly, according to Forbes, XFL year 1 down a cool 60 mil.
But here's the thing, and I'm going to let people know this. Your first year in business, you always lose money.
You always lose money, and I feel like, especially for a league, it's the startup costs are crazy.
Exactly. You have all these startup costs. Like, it takes a couple years for it to generate money. I'm not going to go into what I coach, but you know what I coach. I was offered a job to move to a different city. They were going to build a new facility, and the owners of the new facility, I'm like laying it out. I go, look, I want it in writing for me to, I'm able to get this many years, because it takes time to turn a profit, because you hit the nail on the head. You have so many startup costs. You got to build those and take care of those before you can finally start turning stuff. And they just didn't understand that. So
I wonder how we're learning so much about like how much it cost the XFL, like stadium attendance, how the USFL kept stuff under wraps so well.
Well, I mean, they have Fox.
Yeah, but the USFL has Disney.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, the XFL has Disney.
But people don't like Disney, though.
People don't like Fox.
You like Fox.
And technically, isn't Fox owned by Disney?
Is it?
I don't know. It's so weird to keep track of all that stuff. But 60 mil, I'm not freaked out about it. Reportedly, they have funding for 4 years. They got back to the meetings right away, and I think they're going to hit the ground running. I am more intrigued to see how things like players that get on NFL teams and then get dropped by NFL teams in the middle of the season, if they're allowed, like when they come back to the league, if they're on the same team. That's the only thing I care about.
Yeah, I see
Which
that.
they fucking better be. They better be.
You 142%.
Because otherwise, this is just some Bush League trash. Last bit of the XFL before we get into the meat and potatoes of what's actually going on right now. They are doing their rookie draft this Friday, Eric, June 16th. Rookie draft happening. So the rules for the draft had to be eligible for the 2023 draft, can't be under contract by a professional football team. So that means all the guys scooped up in the USFL rookie draft can't get them. Not happening. And to allow for the increased number of players, the roster sizes of the XFL will be expanded from 51 to 90. I don't know if they'll decrease them back again once the season rolls in, or if this is just going to be like a permanent thing.
That's just way too many players.
That's a lot of players.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they like increase it in the offseason and then decrease it when it's like actual game season time. Because that would like you're paying almost double the players now.
That's what I think.
Like I get that a lot of those guys aren't going to be making like the league average, but still.
Yeah. That's what old Uncle Rico thinks.
And this is the line that gives me hope that like they'll go back to the team. So XFL teams will hold exclusive rights to the players that they select in the draft. So I wonder if that also and then after that, all players who sign an XFL contract, including players who remain under contract from the 2023 season, will have an NFL out until Tuesday, December, blah, 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 following the conclusion. And then, so you can basically jump into the XFL until week 16 of the NFL. So you can jump into the NFL until week 16.
I like it.
So the draft selections will be posted on XFL.com Friday evening. So I'm going to check that out Friday. Give that a little read-a-roo. I don't know. Like the USFL rookie draft still is weird to me. They did theirs before the season, and it doesn't look like anyone is on the rosters this year. So I don't know how any of this works. I assume a lot of these guys who are actual rookies will still be trying out for NFL opportunities.
Yeah, because that's the goal. The goal is to honestly make it to the league. So it seems a little weird to me.
Well, I mean, I get you got to do the draft. You got to do something, and you can't do it in the middle of the NFL season.
Yeah.
So I guess this is like, I kind of like doing it after the season a little bit because we've seen in the USFL that if these guys aren't making the NFL this year, they're going to fall back to the USFL next year. Like the draft they did this year, a lot of those players aren't going to be on the roster potentially until next year.
Well, if they do that, then that makes a little more sense to me.
So the XFL doing it after the season, all these guys would just be on roster next year for 2024.
Okay.
So I get that.
I comprehend it. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
And they're still doing all these like show camps in like Birmingham and Atlanta and Texas. So that's all neat and fun. But that's enough XFL news. Let's do a little recap of the USFL and CFL. So USFL, Eric, we just finished week 9. We're already on week 10. We're already on the last week.
Can you believe it?
This season flew by so fast. It did not seem this fast the last year. Like 2022 seemed to like be here for a while, right?
I think it was because the XFL was going on.
There was a 4-week overlap.
And we were primarily focusing on that. So the season got a little short for us in terms of this. That's what
even after the XFL, every week of the USFL, like it was week 5, and then all of a sudden now it's week 10.
That's true.
It's wild. Wild. So we've talked about 2 things with the USFL this year. Parity. I feel like every team has gotten better, and that's been shown by the fact that only one team after 9 weeks has a playoff spot.
which is phenomenal because that's what you want. You want parity.
The flip side of that is that 0 teams from the USFL North Division will have a winning record.
And I love it. I love sloppy football, Jimbo.
I also love sloppy football. And I love that one of those teams is going to get in. So the best a team can finish is the Stars for the North, and they would finish 5-5 if they win.
I love it. I love it.
But let's get into week 9. So week 9 started with the Panthers versus the Maulers. Panthers were playing for a position of winning their in if the Stars also win. The Maulers got it done. Maulers won it 19-7, baby.
You know, they got the defense, dude.
Talk about dirty football.
You can lean on that defense. You know, they create some turnovers and, you know, get you some free points via the turnovers. And that's the way they have to play, is just lean on that defense. I hope their offense can do anything, and then they're always going to be in a good position because of how stout their defensive line is.
I want the Maulers to make it in for 2 reasons. A, we both have 12-1 futures on them, which #go us. B, I want more sideline interviews of Boogie Roberts. He's one of my favorite players in football.
You like Boog?
He's going to be a commentator. It's just known. He's going to be, when he retires, he's going to be a commentator. He's going to be a good one too.
Okay.
He's got a great personality. Love the guy. Panthers, this is what you get with the Michigan Panthers. You get either a great offense or an anemic offense, and it was awful. Absolutely awful. Like 4 interceptions from Josh Love, and they were bad. 2 of these interceptions were some of the worst interceptions I've ever seen.
Like really fucking bad.
Oh my God, it was gross. But they're still alive. They still have a shot. So who friggin' knows? Game number 2, the Breakers versus the Showboats. So this game had I don't even know how long lightning delay.
It was a while, dude. Like I'm not gonna lie.
It was hours.
It was a little insane. Yeah, it was getting updates was a little hard. Had to go to Twitter, and then they said they're going to be on CNBC. By the time I got back to my place from doing my little coaching stuff, the game had started. But this game was never really in doubt. Breakers kind of flexed on the Showboats, so you know they're in a good position to make the playoffs. However, they do need to win this game coming up.
So is the USFL box score accurate here?
Well, for which one?
For the Breakers. It's got McLeod Bethel Thompson going 9 for 16 for 88 yards.
Just dink and dunk, baby.
And then Will Hills, 46 yards and a touchdown. Stove, 29 yards. Like there's no yardage, but they got 31 points.
Yeah, but Memphis did have 5 turnovers.
That does help. That's true. Memphis did have 5 turnovers. Those were also really bad turnovers. This was easily Cole Kelly's worst game. And he's looked pretty good for most of the season. This was a bad game.
Yeah.
And I don't know. They're still again, every team is still alive for the playoffs. It's wild. And if you look at the South Division, I believe every team has the potential to finish 5-4. No, sorry. Every team has the potential to finish 6-4.
Okay.
In the South, which would create a 3-way tie. Except for the Stallions. The Stallions are,
gassed.
They're already in. Speaking of which, Stallions 38, Gamblers 15. Jesus Christ, the Stallions laid it on them. They secured their playoff spot. If they win this week, they automatically become the top of the South. I don't know, man. Alex Magoo looked good.
I don't get it, dude. Like I just don't get it. That was an impressive victory. Gamblers playing, needed to effing win. And I'm telling you, man, they just kind of give me that Blue Bombers feel, bro.
I don't understand. Bombers feel is wild. Like they just find ways to win. I get it.
They just win. You know what I mean? They just handle the business. They just win. Boom, boom, boom.
The crazy thing is this was a game until the fourth quarter. I don't know what happened. The Gamblers really just fell apart. It was a game until it wasn't. And you know what? The best teams have that ability.
Yeah.
And last game, Stars Generals. Generals 37, Stars 33. Banger. Bad on us, Eric. Very bad on us. Did not realize DeAndre Johnson was in.
Oh, rookie mistake.
Bad on us. And he looked pretty damn good.
Yeah. I'm going to say this, though. Stars defense?
Fucking baller.
Stars defense? Is that really that good?
It never has been.
So how much can we really put in on it?
I mean, the same as last year, because they didn't have a good defense last year either. They relied solely on like lucky turnovers.
Yeah.
The only issue with the Stars this year is I think their offensive line is worse. So it's more on Case Cook because his back. And Case Cook has got lucky that INT got called back because that would have been the worst interception of the weekend. Did you see it?
No, I did not.
It was a desperation fault, like getting tackled throw, and he just throws it, trying to get it to the sideline, but it hugs the sideline and is picked. Oh, it was bad. Oh, it was gross. I love Case Cook to death, but that was just disgusting.
Yeah.
However, though, for the CFL recap, Eric, for those of you who don't know, the CFL did start. It was week 1. BC Lions 25, Calgary Stampeders 15. Oh boy, were we wrong.
You know what? BC's offense did not miss a beat. You know,
Vernon Adams is that guy, dude. He made some huge plays.
I mean, didn't miss a beat at all. I mean, moving with ease. Stampeders, you know, offense just wasn't clicking, you know, and then it just kind of went downhill. You know, they couldn't do anything.
Yeah, like especially offensive. Excuse me. Offensively, Calgary could do nothing against the Lions, and it seemed like on certain drives the Lions could just score at will. When you have two guys almost like have a guy at 100 yards receiving and a guy at 85 right after that, you had a good fucking day.
Good day. Good fucking day.
Yeah, I think BC is still, I'd put them in the top 3.
Yeah, I mean, easily. How can you not after what they saw?
In game 2, we had the Winnipeg Blue Bombers versus the Hamilton Tiger Cats. The Bombers win this one 42-31, but the Bombers come out literally in the first quarter. They outscore Hamilton 21-4.
I mean, this game was over at halftime, dude.
Yeah, it was done. This is kind of like a backdoor potential cover, but
I mean, it looks a little closer because they put up 14 in the fourth. But don't get it twisted. This game was never effing close.
Zach Collaros for a casual 21 for 31 for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Just business casual.
Just business cash there.
I mean, you know what? $113 on the ground, $113 rushing by Dominski and Rivera. I mean, they just look good, dude.
And I stand by what I've said like all year last year for the Calgary Stampeders. Bo Levi Mitchell is a decent at best quarterback. Like he's a mid-level quarterback. Bo Levi Mitchell is CFL Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, that's I concur.
I suspect by halfway through the year that Matthew Schultz is the starter in Hamilton.
Really?
Yep.
Look at Jimbo.
Give it to me. That's my hot take right now. Matthew Schultz, Ticat starter by halfway. This one hurt, Eric. Red Blacks 12, Alouettes 19. Dude. This one really hurt.
You know, they had a million chances, just couldn't really get anything going on, man. They had a lot of chances, dude.
Our boy, again, we fucked it up, Eric. Our boy wasn't starting. He's still recovering. It was Nick Arbuckle as the starting quarterback for the Red Blacks. And 3 interceptions is not going to do it for you.
No, that's not going to do it to you at all, dude.
Oh, fucking Alan Zoe was right. Vernon Adams was on one.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He was on one. Yeah, Cody Fajardo actually looked decent for this game. It's crazy what he can do and look like he looked pretty good. It's amazing what he can do with a decent offensive line.
Well, I mean, any quarterback is going to be that way. Excuse me.
He looked better. I think this could be a good redemption year. I expect Montreal to be like a decent to good team. Ottawa, don't hold your breath until you get Masoli back.
I think you can't do
Arbuckle's
anything.
not the guy.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, what you're going to do is we're going to wait. We're going to wait. We're going to wait until we can get until they go 0-2, and then we're going to put in some Mazzoli futures.
Game number 4, Eric. Saskatchewan Roughriders. Bo Levi Mitchell, Allen. Yeah, Bo's like I said, Kirk Cousins of the CFL.
Yep.
Game number 4, the Saskatchewan Roughriders defeat the Edmonton Elks 17-13. The Elks do not win at home, and boy, people are shitting all over Taylor Cornelius.
Really? Why is that? 2 INTs, only 202?
I mean, 11 for 25 is not great either.
Yeah.
But, I mean, come on. Like, the beauty of Taylor Cornelius, I've been following this guy now for 3 years. The beauty of Taylor Cornelius is not when he's a favorite. When he isn't a dog, like when he's like just in a loser position, he can cover almost any game. It's magical. He'll throw some of the best plays of your life, but the second they're winning, forget about it.
He can't win with margin. He can't win with margin.
No.
Yeah.
He just covers spreads. He doesn't win, dude. I mean, he's a good quarterback. Like, he's going to run a lot. He's a good quarterback. You have great receivers. This team's not going to win at home. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one game for Edmonton to win at home, I really don't know. Oh my God. Week 4, Eric. Edmonton at Ottawa.
Oh, dude, that's the game. Ottawa's winning that game, baby.
They're going to get the home victory?
Because they have their bye week 3. And you know who comes back week 4, baby.
There you go. Okay, Eric, I'm going to pick it right here. They split. Edmonton beats Ottawa. You know what? You know what I think really happens is they beat each other on the road. I think Edmonton wins at Ottawa and Ottawa wins at Edmonton.
Dude, come on now.
If I had to pick one single game, I'm thinking it's going to be week 14 versus the Stamps. There you go. I think the Stamps season begins to collapse and Edmonton gets them at home.
They bazinged them out a little bit. I see it.
I don't think it happens. I'm just going to keep betting against them at home until it doesn't pay off. It's been very good for me, but
you're just going to stay on the fade train.
I'm going to stay on the fade train. Same with Ottawa at home. I'm going to stay on the fade train if they're a favorite ever. But now, Eric, looking back through the past, we look to the future. Before we get to the picks, let's talk a little USFL playoff scenario. So here's what we got right now. The North Division, basically whoever wins either game is in. So Philadelphia plays Michigan, as we called it. Pittsburgh Maulers versus the Generals. Winners in the playoffs.
So just to confirm, if the Panthers beat the Stars, they're in.
Yes.
If the Mauler, so it doesn't matter what happens with the Generals and the
No, it doesn't. So both teams are in. The only thing that changes is if the Panthers win, the winner of Jersey and Pittsburgh gets the division title, which doesn't really matter to me in the USFL. Because there's no home field advantage. You play at a neutral site.
I mean, that'd be something if for Michigan, who almost has a negative 50-point differential to make the playoffs.
Well, yeah. So any team that wins gets the playoffs. So if the Stars win, they're the division title winner, just flat out. But Stars winning, they're in. Panthers winning, they're in. Maulers winning, they're in. And Generals winning, they're in. And no team has a winning record. Just laying that out there still.
I love it, dude.
I have a future on the Stars and the Maulers in this division. Would be great to see both those get in.
I just have the Maulers. Just Mauler Nation for me, buddy.
For the South of the USFL, if Birmingham wins or New Orleans loses, the Stallions clinch the South Division title.
Okay.
So New Orleans will clinch the South Division title if they win and Birmingham loses. But just for a playoff spot, it's basically win and they're in. Every team has to win and they're in, except for the Showboats.
The Showboats are the only team that are mathematically eliminated.
They're not. Nobody's eliminated. But what would happen is the Showboats would need to win, and I believe they would need the Gamblers to win, and then there would be a 3-way tie.
So this worked out really good for the USFL because all these games the last week,
every game matters. Every
single
single game matters.
Last year they did the thing where the 2 worst teams played and they get the 1 seed.
The funny thing is that would probably also still be Michigan and Pittsburgh. It could still be Michigan and Pittsburgh.
But no, it was good. Good first year, good second year, excuse me. And looking forward to hopefully getting some bets in this weekend, my friend.
Hell yeah. So let's get into that. So every game matters. Everyone's backs against the wall. We start with the Maulers versus the Generals in Canton, Ohio. The Generals are -3.5, over under 40.5, plus 140 on the money line for the Maulers.
I took the Maulers plus 3.5. My thought process here is I get the team with the better defensive front against the team who's going to look to run the ball. And I really feel if they get behind the sticks, it's going to be too much for the passing attack to move the ball. I think the Maulers are going to control the line of scrimmage. I think they're really going to be able to limit the Generals' rushing game.
That's basically what I thought too, because the Generals match up really well against the Stars, as we saw last week. They can just kind of dominate the defensive line. You're not going to do that against the Maulers. It's just not going to happen. They're going to drag you down to their level of play. And I like the Maulers plus the 3.5 as well. And I like this under 40.5.
I want a first half under, Jimbo.
Oh, they'll come, Eric. They'll come. I bet it's going to be like 20.5.
I'll take it easily, man.
Yeah. Game number 2, Stallions Showboats in Memphis. Stallions are -3.5, over under 44. This is probably going to -4.
I want nothing to do with this game.
I'm going to root for chaos, Eric. I'm going to say Showboat straight up, plus 150.
You're going to say Showboat straight up, plus 150?
Yep. Also, the Stallions aren't really playing for anything at this point. They're the only team not playing for anything, unless they want to keep hot for the playoffs.
They don't want to be like the Defenders?
Yeah, don't be like the Defenders. So I'm going to get the Showboats plus the 3.5. I might wait till 4. And then I'm going to take them straight up.
I like it. I like it, Jimbo.
And give me the over in this game. Yeah.
I like your style. I like your style.
Breakers, Gamblers. Breakers are -4. -4. Over under 44.5, plus 160 on the money line for the Gamblers. 4?
I think we're going to see this line rise up a little bit.
The Breakers...
Chase gave us out yesterday at my show. He's all over the Gambies plus the points. I'm going to lean that way, but I think we can get a better number. I think we can wait a little bit. I think this number is going to move in the Breakers way just because everyone's going to see the Breakers winning by such a big margin. Gamblers losing by some margin. We're going to get, we're going to get a little value. So I'll probably take the Gamblers here, but I'm gonna definitely wait a little bit. So
I'm right there with you. I can see this number getting up to a 5.
4.5 at least. 4.5. Let's not go crazy.
I'm gonna say 5. I'm gonna go crazy, Eric.
Let's not go crazy.
I'm also on the Gamblers plus 4. I do think the Breakers win, but man, yeah,
it's a lot of points.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under 44.5 in this one.
I'm gonna take the first half under as soon as one's posted.
We end the week with the Stars and the Panthers.
So,
Eric, it's a pick 'em. It's a pick 'em.
Which is
over under 42. I'm taking the Stars. I'm just fucking. I can't trust the Panthers are too inconsistent.
I'm not doing anything.
I'm taking the Stars.
I'm not doing anything.
When in doubt, fall back on history. There has not been a USFL championship game or a USFL playoff that has not involved the Philadelphia Stars. Give me the Stars.
Okay.
I have no like statistics to throw to you on that other than I trust the Stars' consistency more than I trust Michigan's consistency. I'm going to take the over 42 in this game because I don't trust the Stars' defense to actually be able to stop Michigan. But I think the Stars win. I think that if I take an alternate, I think the Stars win by like maybe a touchdown.
Jeez.
I think they're a better team. I think the Panthers are fraudulent.
Jeez, Jimbo.
Yeah.
Lay it on,
and the Panthers already beat them once this year.
Lay it on, big dog.
Yeah, give it to me. Ready to talk some CFL?
I am ready to talk some CFL, my friend.
Game number 1, Eric. Tomorrow night, Thursday, the Calgary Stampeders at the Ottawa Red Blacks. Oh my God. The Stamps are -6.5 with an over-under of 43.5 plus 210 on the money line. Is this an overreaction to the Stamps game, or is this like just – sorry, is this an underreaction? Because both these teams look bad.
How can you trust the Stamps to win by that many margin?
I'm going to take the under 43.5.
I'm taking the 6.5 and the 200. I'm calling it right now, Jimbo. I'm calling it right fucking now, Jimbo.
I'm not taking the plus 210. I am taking the plus 6.5. Not going to
take Red Blacks are getting the win. They're shocking the nation. They are winning their first game in God knows how long at home.
Like 2 years almost.
The friendly confines.
Yeah. I'm taking the plus 6.5. I'm taking the under 43.5. Love that. Bombers, Rough Riders. Bombers -6.5, over under 47 plus 210 on the money line. Give me the Bombers -6.5. The Blue Bombers love nothing more than beating the shit out of the Rough Riders. Also, Alan Snow, Kadeem Carey is out for the Stamps, so watch out for that. Yeah, give me the Bombers -6.5.
Yep, I agree with that, but I'm not betting.
I'm not going to touch the total though. I would lean maybe towards an over because I think the Rough Riders can get some in garbage time, like the Ticats did. But I think the Bombers just whipped the shit out of them. Elks on the road versus the BC Lions. Lions -7, over under 46. Eric, I'm getting them on the turnaround. Give me the Elks +7. What does Taylor Cornelius and the Edmonton Elks do? They cover spreads. Give me the Elks, baby.
This could be one of the overreactions. 7 is a lot. 7.5.
BC looked. I mean, it's the same. Like BC looked really good week 1. I think they're still top 2 team probably. But come on, give me Edmonton here.
How about nothing to do?
Give me the over 46 as well. Ticats Argonauts. The Argonauts are back, baby. Previous Grey Cup winner. I don't really know what to think of this team at all.
I would lead Tiger Cats, but I hate
they're -2.
Hate laying points on the road, so I'm just gonna end up passing here.
Ticats -2, over under 46.5, plus 115 on the money line. Maybe a Grey Cup hangover for Toronto. I don't like how Swag Kelly gonna look as a full-time starter.
That's true. I
don't know. This was the toughest game for me personally. I'm gonna go Toronto. I
would lean the Tiger Cats, but you know what? I don't like laying points on the ground, so
I respect that. I'm gonna go Toronto here though. I'm gonna fade Bo Levi Mitchell on the road. Give me Toronto straight up.
I'm a bitch, Jim. I'm passing.
Give me the Argos straight up at home against. Maybe there's like an all right crowd there. They have like the worst crowd in the league.
Toronto does?
Yeah, it's weird. Like the people, it's like people in Toronto just don't care about football. It's weird.
So even with them raising the trophy,
like they're a good team, and the fans there are passionate. There's just not like a ton of people that like go. Like I'd say the most passionate fans are probably like Hamilton, Winnipeg, and Saskatchewan, and then like probably Edmonton, Calgary, BC, and Toronto's like at the bottom.
At the bottom
for passion.
Okay.
It's interesting. Any game in particular that you're very much looking forward to this week?
Obviously,
every USFL game for me. Every USFL
game. The Red Blacks game, and I'm really looking forward to the Maulers game. That game, I'm going to totally be locked in on.
Oh, and I will be very much dedicated to streaming this week. So we
I
will
will
be
do my
streaming
best,
every game.
but I have to get all our college football previews done for this week and next week. So I don't know how much I'm going to be there. I'm just letting you know now.
It's fair, Eric. It's fair.
You know, you gotta.
I'm starting tomorrow night.
You're starting yours tomorrow night.
Well, there's a CFL game tomorrow night, Eric.
Oh fuck, dude! I fucking. You know what? I will make a cameo tomorrow night.
There's a CFL game tomorrow night at. Let me see what time actually.
6:30.
6:30. Ooh. Hopefully, I'll be off work by that time. Hopefully. I plan on it, though. Same with Friday. Thank you all for watching. Eric, shout out your shit.
The eTalk 21 Sports Show came out yesterday. Chase, the new addition to the college football tailgate, him and myself, we talked about the Belmont, talked some NBA, gave out some MLB, USFL, and some college football futures. And Gino gave out a bet to lock in for Louisiana down on Friday. My podcast will be coming out this Friday. NBA talk, fantasy football talk, USFL talk. Really, really going to be a good show to make sure to check it out.
Banger of a show. You guys know what I got going on in life. I got a lot of streaming. I'm going to try and get back into a lot of videos. It's been something I've been meaning to do. I'm going to try and dive back into that. I got a lot of stuff in the works. There's a lot of stuff cooking up in the garage. And join in on the XFL, the USFL and CFL live streams. They're fun. They're a good time. And shout out to Royal Retros. Use promo code SpringFever, all one word, all caps, at checkout, 10% off. They sponsor the stream. They help us out. Go check them out. They got great merch. And give us a follow. Give us a like. It really helps. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And we'll see you next week for some more Spring Fever.